Welcome both of you on the Circle Day. Let's start with you, John. When did you first get into writing poetry?
As a young man.
Yep. Okay, so I just carry on.
After I read Howl by Allen Ginsberg, I wanted to be a poet.
Thank you. Yep. And Jude, what got you into creating music?
After I read Howl by Allen Ginsberg, I formed a rock band.
Really?
Yeah.
Huh?
Named after a phrase in the opening strophe of Howl.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Angelhead.
Angelhead, yeah.
Wow, that's a popular poem.
Angel-headed hipsters floating high above the rooftops of the city, contemplating jazz.
actually regard that your release then as a kind of really significant cultural event, though. It's
Well, for me, it was even more than a
I'm sure.
cultural event. It was a personal epiphany of the highest order.
Thanks in a large part to John Lennon.
Yeah, very much so.
Yeah, there was a massive concert, wasn't there?
Yeah.
In Leeds.
Headlined by John and Yoko.
Yeah.
Stevie Wonder, Bob Seger, people like this. But 3 days later from the concert, I was released from prison.
Yeah.
So it was kind of a magical moment.
You don't mess with the Beatle, do you?
No, you don't want to mess with it.
Yeah. I know. I remember watching something that I think was, it was a documentary about John Lennon.
U.S. versus John Lennon?
I think it might have been that, But before he died, they were planning to go on tour and follow the elections.
Well, we were going to do that in 1972.
What an amazing idea.
Richard M. Nixon. We were going to dog the campaign trail of the dread Nixon. And that's how he got in trouble with the government, and they started trying to get him out of here. Yeah, there's a really good movie called U.S. versus John Lennon. And as you watch it, you see what an extraordinary individual this guy was, beyond his great powers as an artist and composer. He tried to do something about the terrible things in modern life, and the political thing. And they bought anti-war billboards in Times Square in New York City, and they did bed-ins for peace. They dedicated their honeymoon to trying to get the message of peace across.
The Amsterdam
and I thought
Hilton,
this is so far, Amsterdam Hilton.
Yeah.
And it's so far out, because could you imagine somebody doing that now?
No, it's far out, yeah.
Yeah, and they got a lot more money now, too.
Yeah.
He's such a great example of what can happen if you have somebody who has both great talent and a commitment to the truth.
Right.
And which is so stupidly rare, and why it's so rare, I don't know, but it's like...
and he had a very negative reaction to the kind of celebrityhood, Beatleism stuff, and he went the other way and stripped his stuff down musically, and the great records he made, like God and things like that, they were the opposite of pop music in a way,
Yeah.
I love that.
What's kind of, I think, particularly impressive with Lennon, and there are other examples as well, like people like John Lydon, who we were talking about earlier on, or Morrissey. There are occasionally you get these artists who are both successful culturally, but they also mean it, and they don't. They can't be bought. They don't need to be bought anyway, because they've made a bit of money. But I think that there are in the media, in particular in this country and probably in America too, there's a certain amount of surprise and astonishment that some people actually mean what they say.
Yeah,
Yeah.
It's kind of counterindicated by the pop music business.
Yeah.